It's just an ordinary apartment building in Garden Grove and just an ordinary row of garages, as you can see. But sometimes you have to be careful of what's right next door to you. For example, take a look in here. 20-year-old Rob D'Arc works 7 or 8 hours a day creating frightening creatures for Halloween, or making puppets for children's shows, or working on his clown makeup. It's his own little world of fantasy.
I've been a puppeteer for 38 years, and I've done shows for the stage, I've done shows for theme parks, makeups, full prosthetic makeups, I've done all kinds of things. I think the main thing is that what I've learned in my career is that you have to be versatile and flexible. You have to be able to say, yes, I can do that. Usually when I make a model, I make it out of Super Sculpey, which is an oven-baked clay. And this is how the model looks. I paint it with a white gesso. It was done in 2 pieces. That's the inside of the head, and this is the outside of the head. That's how it moves. And then there were smaller pieces for the fins and for the back fin. And then you can see the pattern is very similar to the salmon right here behind me. Whenever I do a parade puppet, I take into a lot of consideration the weight, how it's going to move, and who's going to be wearing it.
So Parkinson's disease is first and foremost a neurological disorder. And it is a progressive neurological disorder which causes problems with movement. It can cause tremors, stiffness, and slowness. And this is mostly due to a decrease in dopamine in the brain.
I mean, I could make it without my eyes, I could make it without walking. There's all kinds of things I could do and continue to be a puppeteer. But once your hands start shaking and you can't control it, that's ironic. And if that makes the universe chug along, well, I'm happy I gave it some fuel. But I think that the main epiphany is that the game isn't over for me yet. I have all of this information behind me that I can pass forward, and there must be ways to do that.
The primary research at this time is to try to find a neuroprotective treatment, meaning a treatment that could potentially slow down, even stop the progression of Parkinson's disease. And that's where research is headed currently. And there are lots of trials that are going on to determine if the compounds or the drugs they're studying can in fact slow the disease progression. How do you catch it early and then give a medication that can stop or slow the progression to such an extent that there is minimal or no impairment in quality of life? Rob is an artist, and he's a puppeteer, and he's very well known, and he's very good at what he does. And we need patient advocates for Parkinson's disease. So we are hoping that when the word gets out, that it's going to generate interest, and it's going to attract philanthropists who may want to support the cause, while we are looking for that holy grail to find the treatment or the cure that can stop the disease in its tracks. We still must treat patients effectively, and there are clinical needs that are unmet, and that's absolutely critical that we work towards those as a community. You know, we raise awareness, we also raise the funds that is required to treat people effectively.
It's not a small thing, it's a major thing. It's just how I handle it and what way I choose to move forward. And I want to do more teaching. I want to use the opportunity to be a spokesperson for Parkinson's in a way that is positive and learn more about that. Maybe even write a book, Puppeteer with Parkinson's, because it's got the spoiler right in the title. But the other thing about it too is that I think I want to give a feeling of hope to people who have a sudden onset of something that changes their lives. So, you know, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. You just gotta move with it, you gotta flow with it, and you gotta put a good spin on it.
What you gonna do today? How you gonna spend your time? What you gonna do today? Maybe learn a nursery rhyme. Climb a fence and tear your pants. Try to drown a bunch of ants. What a time when you're only 5. It's great to be alive. You don't know about hate and war. Your world is a candy store. Oh, what a time when you're only 5. It's great to be alive.